Next up we have Ramona Buck from Patapsco with a story. And on deck we have Alex Bell, assisted by Carol Hogan, Madeline Dahl, with some poetry.
You have to tell the next person.
Okay, well, they're up next.
So, this is just a little story. I celebrated my 72nd birthday about a week ago. And so my husband said we would spend an afternoon together on Monday, which I thought was lovely. That was the holiday, Monday afternoon. So I said what I'd like to do is I would like to take a walk in Wheaton Regional Park and get a new file cabinet. So I have a 4-drawer file cabinet in my office, and I've had it for years and years, and it's getting bent up. One of the corners comes out. 2 of the drawers, you can't keep the folders up anymore. They wobble over on each other, and it's just very discouraging. So I thought, reorganize my file cabinets, that'll be wonderful. So we went to Wheaton Regional Park. We had a lovely walk. Now, my husband was having a little trouble with his knee. Now, remember that. That's an important point. So we didn't walk as fast as we usually do. He's a walker and a runner, and so it was really hard on him to have any physical problem, but his knee was bothering him a little. So we didn't take as long a walk. Wheaton Regional Park is a beautiful park, by the way. It's got Brookside Gardens, it's got lakes. But Monday was a very, very cold day, so we didn't see many people there. We saw a lot of ice. So we had gotten the file cabinet at Staples before we went to the park, because that was a logical progression. We went home, went up to the top of the driveway, and began to unload the filing cabinet. Now, it was in a big cardboard thing, and it had been kindly brought out to our car by someone at Staples. So this was our first time actually carrying it. So I suggested that we should open up the cardboard and pull out the drawers and carry the drawers up one by one. So John thought that was pretty logical too. So we did that, but it was very cold. So we're standing at the top of the driveway, pulling the cardboard apart, and we finally got it off. It was very stiff. And then we had to pull the drawers out. Now that's pretty easy, right? So I pulled the top drawer out as far as it would go, and pulled, and it wouldn't come out. So finally we jerked on the sides and pushed on it here and pushed on it there, and finally we got the directions. And it said, push your thumbs on the little soft levers on either side of the drawer and pull it out. So we thought, oh good. So I pushed on one side and John pushed on the other, and we did get the top one out, which turned out to be a miracle. So then we started on the second one, and we pulled, and it wouldn't work, and it wouldn't work, and it wouldn't work. And John his knee was bothering him, it was very cold, and he said, I'm going to call the Staples and get some advice. So he called them. They were very polite. They looked at the directions, and they told him the same thing. And we pulled, and then he hit his knee on the file cabinet. Now, he told you I could tell you this story, by the way, otherwise I wouldn't want to tell it without him knowing. Well, he is very patient with and tolerant, but if if his temper snaps, it kind of snaps. So he said, here we are at the top of the driveway. We are going to take this file cabinet back to Staples. And I said, well, and I yelled too. I said, but loading it into the car, we're not going to be able to get it back in. Well, that's all right. I'll just kick it down the driveway and say, get it. It was really so loud that it was sort of amusing. We were really yelling, and I thought, oh my gosh, the neighbors are going to think we're going to get a divorce. This is awful. Because here we are yelling at the top of the driveway. Well, we carry on, and finally we somehow, I said, we are not going to kick it down the driveway, and we are not going to take it back. I'm going to have this file cabinet. So we dragged it into the house. Well, interestingly enough, the real help desk, eventually called back. Now, what you do is you don't push it down on each side. There are little rubber things, and I'm telling you this so that you'll know this is a really important thing. There are rubber things on each side of the file drawer. On the right side, you push it down. and on the left side you push it. But that's not what the directions said. And we checked that out with other people as well, just to prove that. But we got it inside because of his knee, and because we were having people over to dinner, we didn't do anything further on it. Our son and his husband came over. They moved it upstairs. They lectured me continuously on the fact that I shouldn't be having any file cabinets. What I should be doing is digitize all of them. You don't need file cabinets in today's world. But they kindly carried the file cabinet up the stairs. We put the drawers back in, and I have my new file cabinet.